Welcome back to Studentomics TV. My buddy Trevor is back today for one night only.
I'm the co-host.
So we're talking about why your entrepreneurship and self-help addiction is costing you money and making you go broke. As you guys may know, I think that entrepreneurship is the best thing for you. But this whole self-help world can also cost you money. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Please tell me why.
Well, you were mentioned in the article. If you guys click the article, I mentioned a friend who I got into freelancing, which is Trevor.
One of them.
Yeah, I got a bunch of people into freelancing. So the main way this whole entrepreneurship thing ruins your finances is that you start to suck at your job. Because you think you're better than the job, you're above the job, you're above your coworkers, and you think that this freelancing, the side hustle, the self-help thing is what's going to change your life, and it may, but it still hasn't. What do you have to say for yourself?
Well, I think it can be pretty easy to start to feel like you're better than your job. But don't forget, if you still have that job and that's still your main source of income, then you're not better than that job. You're only better than that job once you've moved on to something better.
Why would you be better than it?
Well, I just mean like,
I'm just
don't think you're better at it when you're still doing that job.
So you experienced this, then what happened?
Well, I don't know, honestly, I started disrespecting my job. I felt like, oh, I'm going to be a success, so I don't need to do a good job at work because I'm going to be free soon.
Yeah.
And then, spoilers, that doesn't happen like that.
It doesn't.
Because one thing people forget is that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you start to suck at, a wise man once said that. If you start to suck at your job because you think you're too good you're too good for that job, you're probably not going to be killing it at freelance. Because now you've got that mentality of, well, I'm too good for this.
And that's why I had to do this video, because we're always talking about side hustles and freelancing, but I don't want you guys to lose your main job and then get mad at me and say, hey.
You told me to quit.
What?
I'm joking.
Yeah, but I don't want people to say you told me to quit and then you end up poor and homeless, whatever.
Hopefully not.
Probably live with your parents. You'd probably be fine, but it still would suck. And another reason that this whole self-help thing costs you money is that, you spend a fortune on this material, huh?
You can,
Your
books,
right?
Your conferences, your podcasts.
And it's a fine line. We did an episode about attending networking events. And obviously it's good to attend events and get out there. But then eventually it becomes like an expensive hobby, right?
Yeah, and you might want to go to events where you can network that are tied to what you do, I think your service.
But you said you spent some good money on material, right?
Well, I spent money on equipment for freelancing.
True. But you've been invited to events, right? Like landmark events and places where they want.
Yeah, but I didn't pay to go to those.
But imagine people do.
I'm sure a lot of people have spent.
How much was the one? Like $700?
Some of these places, they want hundreds of dollars for a weekend.
And you don't even know what you're getting, but you're so you're stuck in this self-help.
Well, they give you these promises of you'll be a changed person after this.
Yeah.
So maybe you will be, but just be careful.
It changes your bank account.
Yeah, be careful how much money you drop on this.
And another issue with this whole entrepreneurship self-help addiction is that you miss opportunities.
You know what? I have totally done that, where
really?
I have passed on opportunities because I thought it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. Thinking back, I'm like, but that would have made me maybe a few $100.
It's funny because a lot of this stuff, it's like I read Grant Cardone, like the 10X, whatever, all these books. They're actually right there. I've read a bunch of these books, but and they're good for you. It's good to think big and to think high level. But the problem is that you're not at that person's level yet, right? It's like, when a guy like Gary Vaynerchuk or Grant Cardone writes a book, you're not at that level.
Yeah, it's good to read this stuff, but
it's good to know that the strategy and stuff. But you don't want to miss out opportunities. You just said you missed opportunities.
Yeah,
and it's true because you think that you're better. You think that you're going to get rich. You think that you're going to be the CEO of this multi-million-dollar corporation or whatever you're doing.
Or maybe you feel like it's not directly tied to your goals, but then you'd be surprised maybe if you took that opportunity, you'd learn something that applies to your life in other ways. It all ties in together.
Well, I've actually heard from people that they're like, I'm I've told them about the Airbnb experience or something.
Yeah.
They're like, that sounds good, but I'm thinking higher. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, but I feel like, how are you going to make thousands of dollars if you can't even make hundreds of dollars?
Yes, and you can't just start as a CEO. I mean,
you can't? Well, yeah, actually, you start your own company, and then you are the CEO.
So this is the problem right now. Everyone just thinks they're the CEO. This is the most embarrassing thing I've seen on social media.
What's wrong with being the CEO of a one-man company?
One woman, one person.
Sorry.
It's so embarrassing. Oh my God. 10 years ago, or 11 years ago when I first started blogging, I learned that being the CEO is the most amateur thing you could ever do.
Or by just putting that on your business card.
I made myself like the VP of marketing or marketing intern. I always give myself a silly job title.
I'm customer service representative.
Yeah. Yeah, so people, they think they're actually the CEO, and it gets to their head. I've had like friends tell me...
Because you technically are of a one-person company.
Yeah. So it's like, you're the CEO of a company that makes no money. Great. Like, wow.
Yeah.
And then finally, the reason this is all costing you money is that you get annoying, you know?
You can be.
Right? Like, I've been annoying. I probably still am annoying. You are annoying.
You try not to be anymore.
You've been annoying though, right?
In the past, yeah. Like I found like when I first started having success with freelance gigs and stuff, I was so excited. I wanted to tell everybody. And I feel like I was telling the wrong people. People who don't want to hear about my success because they're miserable, and misery loves company. So you got to think about who you're ranting to. But I'm so happy I did this and this and this, and maybe they don't want to hear it.
They don't. Sadly, a lot of people don't want to hear it. That's just the reality of it. And I'm in that boat too. Like I want to share stuff. I want to get my friends to like my articles. And it's a lot of people don't share this passion. Like
they might not be able to relate.
Yeah, it's weird. Like sometimes people that I've just met recently are more supportive. Are more supportive of my professional ventures than someone I've known my entire life.
Yeah, you know what? I've run into that.
Really?
Also, you got to be careful, or not careful, but if you're bragging about something small you accomplished to a millionaire, you might not be all that impressed.
But at least people can relate. But
just something to think about.
Yeah, you don't want to annoy your friends who just don't care about this stuff.
Or maybe not just bragging, but maybe you're trying to act tough to somebody who's like 100 levels higher than you.
That's true. So that's why this entrepreneurship thing is costing you money, this addiction. And if you do want to make money from all this, it's really simple. There's two things you have to do. You have to decide what you want to do, and you have to launch. Like you got into freelancing, your first video freelancing, and you launch. You have to just decide and launch.
Yeah.
If you keep on watching videos and sharing memes and reading books, attending conferences, that's cool. You can tell people about how passionate you are, but that doesn't make you any money.
Also, because it's going to take a long time to build your business. So you better hurry up and get started.
That's a good point.
Don't spend your whole life at day one thinking about it.
We did a video about being stuck at day one, so do not be stuck at day one. Get out there. Man, you really have to launch. If you don't launch, when I say something, I mean something specific. Like launch a podcast, launch your book, your Instagram page, your blog.
Service.
Yeah, freelancing service. Whatever it is, you have to decide on it. You have to decide and launch. And I mean, you have to see it through. You can't just launch and then you don't get rich after 3 months. You just give up.
It only failed because you gave up too fast.
Like I hear people asking for tips about social media, Instagram or podcasting or YouTube, and then I tell them, and then I go I tell them what to do, right? And they'll be like, "Oh, did you get rich from that?" I'm like, "No, it takes time."
One step at a time, guys.
Yeah.
You'll get rich overnight.
Exactly. Or someone will try the advice for literally maybe 3 weeks. They'll post on Instagram or post on YouTube for 3 weeks, a month, and then they're done. It's come on, that's no time.
Exactly.
So don't let that entrepreneurship addiction make you broke. Share this video with a friend. Tag a friend who keeps on sharing stupid motivational quotes. Subscribe, like, comment. Thanks for watching.